Hi, this is Amla Reddy, Associate Editor for Commercial Integrator, and I'm delighted to have Graham Hendry joining us from AtlasIED on a discussion on performance audio as part of our performance audio deep dive, which will be in our May spotlight on commercialintegrator.com, as well as in our May edition of Commercial Integrator and Security Sales and Integration. Welcome, Graham. So great to have you here today.
Hi, Amala. It's good to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, to get started, can you talk a little bit about your title, your role, and how Atlas IED has grown so successfully in the audio sector?
Oh, I'm a relative newbie to AtlasIED. I've been here for about 18 months now. I'm the VP of Loudspeaker Strategy, so I deal with everything that has to do with loudspeakers. I mean, obviously, Atlas has a wide and diverse range of products and ecosystems. They play in the security market, the education market, transportation. You know, most of the airports in the US at least have AtlasIED hidden there on your PA and evac systems. So yeah, they're a wide and diverse company. And what is nice and what attracted me was the investment that they're making into various aspects and, you know, upping the game in terms of quality components, and the fact that, you know, they have so many manufacturing locations and offices here in the US also.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how Atlas IED is such a prominent figure, especially in the performance audio sector. Um, and the question I wanted to ask you next is, why should integrators prioritize sound quality along with the visual aesthetics?
Yeah, you know, we obviously, I think that, you know, audio tends to get overlooked by the glamour of the architectural side. You know, everything seems to be fashion for the eye more than anything else, and sometimes audio is overlooked. You know, I come from a place in the audio world where I work for, you know, more boutique companies, high end, and we'd like to bring the real premium products from a performance standpoint to AtlasIED also. Atlas have been very successful in the commercial audio market. But there is aspects where we can you know, improve performance and go for those real premium verticals, whether it be in hospitality or retail or you know, education. There's various areas. You know, sound affects us in many different ways. You know, psychologically, cognitively, behaviorally, it all has an effect on us. And if that sound quality is absolutely premium, you know, for instance, in a hotel bar or retail environment, people will linger longer. They don't know why they're lingering longer. But at the end of the day, for a contractor, if they linger longer, that equates to higher profits. It's a fact. And we're pushing. We recently we recently invested in a high-end residential audio company in the UK called Fine Audio, and I worked together with those guys at a previous company for about 20 years, and it was all about point source technology. And we actually made an investment in this company, and we are taking what we call the isoflare transducer, which is a point source product which has the, you know, best in class off-axis directivity characteristics, and we are taking that into the commercial world. So we're ready to launch this product, It's ready to ship within the next month or so. So look out for it. So yeah, I mean, sound plays a huge part in the experience. The experience is an important word, I think, across all verticals. So we have a very extensive roadmap to continue in this vein. A case of having, I guess, good, better, best, for all applications.
Yeah, it sounds amazing, like, how AtlasIED is really tapping into that market and really providing that sound quality. And I agree with you that it's really important to have that sound quality to attract audiences and keep them there, even without them quite knowing. I think it's really important. So, what else can integrators do to ensure that they have these best high quality sound products in their installations?
You know, everyone can, perceptive sound quality isn't a measurement. Measurements are very important, as are spec sheets. Don't just look at the numbers. Dive into specifications maybe a little more. Look at directivity characteristics. For instance, if you're standing under a ceiling loudspeaker, you're on axis, but 90% of the audience is actually off axis. They're standing. So you want to have the same performance at the prescribed off-axis location as you would on axis. And you can only really do that by delving into the specifications and measurements, and if a manufacturer doesn't divulge measurements and it's only numbers, they probably got something to hide. We have to be very transparent. But also it's very important because you can't measure sound quality. So, ask for a demo. Try the product out before you buy, don't just go with a name. It's important that you try the product out.
Yeah, I think that that's very helpful advice, and I think that really gives integrators a perspective on, how to go beyond just looking at the numbers, actually looking at the specification. My final question for you would be, is there anything that I have not asked, but you would like to spotlight regarding performance audio and AtlasIED?
Um, I can give AtlasIED a little bit of a shameless plug. It's been a joy for the last 18 months. And the ownership of Atlas is, very ambitious, and they've been investing, not only in product development but people as well. We've been making a lot of hires in this space. There's a few more to come. So I'm very excited at the fact that we're moving into very technological astute spaces. We're looking at digital beam steering. We've already launched a product called Aimline, so that breaks new ground for us as well. So yeah, I mean, our intention is to push the boundaries, and at the same time, we build product overseas as well. But I think Atlas would very much AtlasIED would very much appeal to the patriotic here in the US. The factory's pretty amazing in the amount of manufacturing that's done, stuff that you could only assume would be built overseas. So the guys, I have to give a shout out to the guys at the factory who are running operations. They're doing a fantastic job as well. But yeah, such a diverse. It's nice to be working not only with loudspeakers, but the entire ecosystem, and Atlas has that capability to go up and beyond. So onward and upward, as I say.
Onwards and upwards. I love that. And I think that's such a great way to end it. And thank you so much, Graham, for joining us today. It was a real pleasure talking to you all about AtlasIED and performance audio.
Likewise, Amala, it was good speaking to you also.
Absolutely.
Friday,
Again,
and have a good
yeah,
weekend.
you too. And this is Amla Reddy from Commercial Integrator, and our performance audio deep dive coverage will be in the May spotlight on commercialintegrator.com. Also, check out the performance audio deep dive itself in the May issue of Commercial Integrator and Security Sales and Integration. Thank you.